Camera's on.
All
All
What else did we say in our first
right.
attempt to record this?
I don't
Oh,
know.
gosh.
You all right?
Yeah.
What was he doing? I wasn't looking.
He just fucking
It's falling in
fell.
my chair. Don't mind me.
All right. Welcome to Games Gone By. I'm Adrian.
I'm Gore.
Gore's here. David's here.
David's here.
This is
Dude.
our book club series. This is our sister podcast at Blue Rupees. We each pick a game. We stagnate our months. So this month we're doing Def Jam Fight for New York. Some of us play this game. Some of us haven't. I haven't played this game before. Y'all have. Next month is our last one before we tune in for the next season, where we have some new rules in to spice it up a little bit. Next month, September 25th, Detroit Become Human. That's Gore's nominee, which the fans picked. And we're going to announce the next slate of games. Do you guys want to make it? Do you guys want to do reverse? Do you want me to announce my first? Do you guys want to
Yeah, let's
announce
go in
yours
order of
first?
what we're doing.
Okay.
So month. So
Month orders.
month. So
Okay.
you, me, then him.
So, I said I was going to have 2 games this month. It's going to both equal out to like under, I think it's about like 11 or 12 hours, I think, total.
Okay.
Gore, what were your guesses again?
What? Was it Darkness 1 and 2? Those are my guesses.
Unfortunately, you're wrong. David.
Darkness 1. Darkness 2 and 3.
Rated 4.
Silver Surfer for the NES
Fair enough.
and
NES
PUBG
shit.
1 on the
I had a
Super
hard
Nintendo.
time playing PS2 games
So-
this fucking time. So fair enough.
I'm going to give you the main game first, the one at the end of the month. So I've had this game for a little while, but it's not this game. But you'll know what game it is once I show you this one. I've had this for a few weeks now. I've been wanting to show it off during the What We Got segment, but I couldn't because then that immediately gives away what it is. So
Okay.
I got Silent Hill Black Label,
Okay.
meaning
Okay.
Silent Hill 2
Okay.
is
I know
our
that too.
our game's gone by for the end of the month. However, there was one
Okay.
game that I've been wanting to go back to for a little bit. It's not available in any sort of form whatsoever anymore. So if you don't
Okay.
have it, you're SOL. What is it?
Okay.
What is it? What is it? Guess. You know,
Got Pilgrim versus the World.
Hatred.
Oh, I know
PT.
what it is. I was going to say that.
PT. We're doing PT for the mid-month
Alright,
one.
I don't need to play that.
You don't have that, David?
No, I got my PS4 after all that shit happened.
Oh, well, you have to watch it on YouTube then. It's fine.
No, I got an Unreal Tournament. Not Unreal Tournament, but an
I
Unreal.
got. Let's do Unreal Tournament instead.
What were
Switch
you
up
gonna say?
PT with Unreal Tournament.
But no, I got an Unreal fan mod for it.
All right, that's
Yeah,
fine.
there's a bunch of those.
Yeah. So PT, that's what we're doing. I've been wanting to go back and play that. I think it's a good game, especially if you're not a gamer. So good like first time kind of
Yeah,
horror
like
thing.
David.
And plus it's in the vein of that. You know, it was gonna be Silent Hills, so kind of in tune there. But I've been wanting to play Silent Hill 2 for a while, so I think this is my time to shine for that.
Good. Have
So-
fun.
October's picks are PT for mid month, and Silent Hill 2 for the end of the month.
I'm glad you did Silent Hill 2 because that was the game I was contemplating for a while as well. Because I've been ever since we started talking about the series again, I want to go back and replay it.
Time to play the HD port. Good luck, Green Tier Flash. I heard the
Hell
port
no.
isn't fantastic, but it's doable.
No, it's
It's
plays
yeah.
fine. It's just they
It's-
fuck up a
if
lot
you
of the
don't
graphics.
have the original as a frame of reference, it's a serviceable game.
That's probably what I'm gonna play because I fucking trying to hook up Xbox through my sub is a nightmare. So
All right. With that said, Gore the Movie God.
all right, okay, hold on, I need to set it up real quick because my game is also a sequel.
Oh no.
What do you think I'm gonna say?
I don't know. I had no idea. I just want to say, oh no.
All right, mine is a sequel. I think David might be okay with this one. I'm not sure about you, Adrian. So it's definitely longer. I'd say it'll take about 20 to 25 hours to complete. That's if you do everything.
Okay.
You probably finish it way shorter. Actually, I know I did a playthrough for this game a long time ago, and I think my playthrough was like 10 hours long. But that was also my 4th playthrough of this game, so yeah.
Oh no, never mind. No.
What do you think of this?
No, I thought you were maybe to play Deadly Premonition 2 for a second, but no, you're not gonna do that.
That makes sense. Why would I do
Yeah,
that?
I know. That's why I was like,
Yeah,
what?
I did a playthrough. My fourth
Yeah.
playthrough. It's been out for like 2 months.
You love that game.
Yeah, it's great. No, my game is. Let's see if this looks good. I hope it looks good. Fable 2,
Ooh.
baby.
All right.
All right.
Hell yeah.
That's been on my list.
That actually kind of works. I've been watching my girlfriend replay through Fable 1, so I'll have a refresher for going into
you
Fable
watched
2.
your hand play Fable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just washed your hands? We idiot. You should have sex. Have sex.
Shout out to Kyle.
I will after this recording. God damn.
No, you won't. All right.
So Fable
Sure,
2,
not
baby.
fair.
I've been wanting to replay this game for so long.
That's cool because I was actually I was like really want to play that actually lately.
And yeah, so it was either this or another game, and the other game I was thinking about is gonna be February game, right?
Brothers, a tale of
Two sons, Tale of Three Sons.
All right.
No,
Fable
and
2.
my other game will be the one for February, and it's a shorter one. I'll say that.
Okay.
It's also a good game.
Hey, now I have
That was
something
a
to play on my Xbox Series X.
Yeah, there you go. And also, you can play this through backwards
Yeah,
compatibility,
that's
so
what
it's
I'm
not a
saying.
fucking nightmare to play it.
All right.
Yeah, there you
David, Big Dave. Big
All right,
Dave in
first
December.
I'm curious. Gore, what do you think it was?
All right. Well, we were talking about adventure games, right? Before that's what, and we mentioned this game before as well. So I'm gonna say it's probably Grim Fandango.
It is Grim Fandango.
All right.
All right, which is great because I have it on Switch, so it's perfect.
So do I, baby.
Hell yeah! And you can get, I think it's $10 on Switch. So if anybody's listening that want to play it along, I'm sure Dave's gonna play on his
episode
computer
will
or
land
some shit.
directly on Christmas.
I'm actually playing it on PS4. I want the
PS4. Yeah, that's right. It's on PS4 also.
Yeah.
All right, sweet. That's a great game. I'm actually excited for that one. I'm not excited for Silent Hill though.
Why not?
I love because it scares me.
Yeah, it's October. Scary.
I know,
All right.
but Dead Space is the kind of scary I like. Where like, oh, you scared me, now you die. Whereas like Silent Hill 2 is
It's
just
oh,
like,
you
oh,
scared me. Now I die.
scary. Shit.
All right.
It's like, have fun with those fucking controls, jerk.
Perfect. So, season 2 starting off October 15th will be PT. I think am I doing this right?
PT will be a short one. I played it. Hey, you can watch me. Hey, you can watch me play that game on my YouTube. About at the end, right at the end, about 30 minutes in. I mean, the video is only 30 minutes, but right at the end, I think I get cut off out of nowhere. That's because my electric went out while I was playing that game.
Scary.
Yeah, I was streaming too, I should say. So that was like,
Cool. So October 15th is PT. October 29th is Silent Hill 2. November 26th is Fable 2. And December 24th is Grim Fandango. That is our remaining slate of games gone by. I don't imagine we're going to do that much more because that whole stack right there is probably enough to keep us busy, especially with Cyberpunk and stuff coming out.
yes.
Can't wait for Cyberpunk, goddamn.
So, yeah, we don't want to...
Hey, and they reassured everybody
Did
it's
they?
coming. I don't know.
Uh,
I saw IGN video that says Cyberpunk devs reassure fans, so I just assume that means it's coming.
I tweet from last year. It'll happen, guys.
Yeah. Reassure them that's not coming this year.
Cool.
Oh, shit.
So with that said, now that's our last slate. Maybe next year when everything slows down, which it will, as because new console draw usually happens right afterwards. We'll probably do another fan choice thing, maybe in the middle. But yeah, and then that'll keep in track with our hours. So once we start going there and there, maybe in the retrospective episode, which will happen the week after Detroit Become Human, we'll talk about where hours at land after our game so far. Just kind of get some more stats in there just for fun. Anyway, back to it.
Back to it.
You guys are here
Back
for
to the lab,
you guys are
yeah.
here for some Def Jam Fight for New York.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay, David, this was not your pick. You want so the backstory is this was going to be Nocturnes a month.
Yep.
and it would have just been you two. So I wouldn't have been here.
Yeah, so David
Not even
Gore
joking.
would not have been
That's not a joke.
there. He would have played an hour and said nah.
Yeah. Actually, I guess I wouldn't have because I would have probably been waiting on a fucking chord to play the fucking. Well, actually, no, that's not true. Because the only reason why it took me this long to even get the chord is because I wanted to record it too.
Yep.
So I was just like, because I wanted to do a playthrough for it. But I would definitely not do that for Nocturne because fuck that.
Gore, hey, Gore, did you play Gore, did you play the game? Oh, I just didn't have the chord, man. You know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't. No, I would have just said no. Fuck you. It's just like no.
So yeah, so Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne was originally David's pick for a while back. Atlas came in clutch and said, "Nah, we'll remaster it." So we're like, "Cool, we're gonna cancel the shit out of that."
There's a new trailer for that also. I think.
And Def Jam
second one, yeah, it looks
Yeah.
fantastic. Oh,
and Def Jam Fight for New York was also a David's choice for the pick that happened with Detroit Become Human, which we were sure was going to win. But then we realized the power of PlayStation fans.
And the power of what was the other one? This is the banana game, right?
Yeah, it was
My friend Pedro.
Which
Yeah.
that got second place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. we couldn't expect the power of a banana and fucking some androids.
Yeah, the PlayStation fans and the Banana fans came in and said no to Def Jam. The meme was going to be that Def Jam would come next year, but then David said, nah, we'll just do it now. So Def Jam Fight for New York.
so in a weird way, you guys can thank Atlas for Def Jam Fight for New York for this month.
Oh, I did. The
Right.
second we saw that, we were like, hell yeah, we don't have to play Nocturne. And
Hell yeah.
that
Thank
might be
you.
in the reaction.
Yeah. I think it is.
Yeah, it actually was in the reaction.
So I don't have any history with this game. This game has been something that I I wish.
This might be my favorite
I
picture.
fucking wish. God damn it.
There we go.
I've always been recommended this game because I've been eyeing it when I worked at the game shop, and everyone always tells me whenever there's a copy and they're like, "Hey, come buy it." I'm like, I'll wait, and then I think I have the receipt actually in the case still. I bought it 4th of July last year.
Oh hell yeah! Celebrate independence
His
Yeah.
birthday.
with this incredibly violent fighting game where
I
you
bought
play
it
as
for-
rappers.
$59.95.
Oh, that's pretty good.
So that game is definitely shot up in price now.
There you go. There you go. Banjo's holding up.
Banjo's doing the work. So yeah, I had no history. This is a blind playthrough. Tell me about you guys. What you guys done with this game when you guys play it?
Oh, well, I played it back when it was still semi-new. I played Def Jam Vendetta, which was a great game also. It also has a great story mode too that ties into this one a little bit.
Is it a sequel or a prequel?
It's a
Fight for New York is a sequel. It's right
Yes.
after Vendetta.
Yeah, it is. I was trying to remember because D-Mob shows up. He's like the main villain in that one, but I couldn't remember if it was like, D-Mob,
Yeah.
We'll talk about D-Mob in a minute because I didn't know. Obviously, I didn't know this when I was a kid, but we'll talk about it. Anyway, I played it back when it was still newish, but probably like a year old. I got it at a Blockbuster. I still have the original Blockbuster case. It's in my closet. I wish I brought it out. The original Blockbuster case for Def Jam Fight for New York. It was obviously a previously rented copy that they sold for like $15. And I didn't have that much money, but I bought it because I love fighting games back then. I was like, all right, let me get this. And me and my friends played that game. And it was really just mainly the single player. We would play it all the time. We would take turns. We would play. That game was played so much that my disc for it was done. I mean, it was a clean, nice, pretty much unscratched disc.
And it
when
looks
we bought
like
it,
when
but
someone rubs their face against a chain link fence, it looks like what you did that
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, exactly. It was just done. it's like by the time we were done with it. So I don't have my original copy anymore. I have the box. I don't have the original copy anymore. Honestly, I think it got stolen, which wouldn't be surprising because a lot of my shit got stolen back then, which is hilarious considering what kind of game it is that got stolen. But
Do you want to talk about what happened with your playthrough,
or
or do you want to wait until
for my playthrough this time?
or do you want to wait and let David speak and then we'll talk about?
No, I'll say I love it. I loved it when it came out. I haven't really played it since. I kind of did, but we'll get to it in a second.
Sure.
I guess I could get to it now. I couldn't get the game to work. I don't have, for some reason, I don't know where my cable is. For my PS2, I don't have any way to connect it really right now. So I had no way to play that. I didn't think about that. I was like, I don't have a way to connect that at all. But my Xbox, I do. And I looked fucking everywhere for my cable. I cannot find it. I cannot find that cable anywhere. So I had to order one online. And it was supposed to be here on fucking Monday, so that would give me plenty of time. But it got missent, meaning it fucking went to the wrong like carrier or whatever, or whatever. So it had to be re-delivered or whatever. And I still haven't gotten it, by the way. It's Thursday. I probably won't even get it tomorrow. But yeah. So I didn't play the console version of the game. But I played an emulated because I had to, because I'm not spending $80 on a PSP game. I played the PSP Def Jam Fight for New York called The Takeover. And I always heard that game was the same game except with PSP, so you expect about
Well,
2 minute load
degraded.
time. 2 minute load times, and it's not going to look as good, and it definitely does not. The fighters look good, but then when you see like the crowds, it's like holy shit, it look like not even like N64 quality. But it it's the same game except not exactly because the story is like different.
Is it?
But it's different and the same at the same time. It's weird because they add like new cutscenes. There's new cutscenes that are like not animated, so it's just like people. It's like a still image, and then it's people like talking over the still images. So it's like okay,
So they
So-
went visual novel with it.
yeah, pretty much. And it has a different ending. You actually fight D-Mob at the end, which is like all right.
What the hell?
Yeah, so it's different. So I decided, okay, let me just watch the original cutscenes again because this is different. This is way
Right.
too different. It plays really well. I played a bunch of it.
And Greets Watch, by the
and
way, says he played the PSP version as well.
it's really. Oh, you did? Okay, go. It's really good. It plays very well. And I was actually surprised because I don't play too many emulated games. I was like, I'm gonna have to fuck with the controls and stuff. And I plugged it in, and the emulator I used is a good one. So I should have just figured it would already be like perfect, and it was. I was just like, oh, cool. I got right into it. Played Battle. What annoying part about the PSP game is that you have to unlock all the characters, which in Fight for New
Yeah,
York.
you have to in the regular one.
Oh, you do?
Well,
I don't remember having. Maybe I
Yeah,
just
every
played
time you beat
Well,
them, you
yeah, I
unlock
probably
Remember,
played it so much I
that's
didn't
it.
even. I probably didn't even realize you had to do that. But yeah, you have to unlock like almost all of them on the PSP.
Yeah, pretty
game.
much.
Yeah, okay, so that's the same. But there's some differences in the PSP game, mainly in the story. But for the most part, the gameplay is pretty much the same. It has all the blazing thing, your over the top finishers. People hand you bats and shit out of the crowd and stuff. It's a lot of fun. So even though it's not the best place to play it, PSP game's good. So that's my review for the PSP game. Now let's talk about the
Yeah.
actual fucking game.
Well, so David, what's your history with it?
So kind of similar to Gore's in that I played a little bit of Vendetta because this was in my big time of being really into fighting games. And so I was just buying every PS2 fighting game I could get my hands on. And I was like playing Vendetta. I was like, all right, this is kind of like more like a wrestling game, but it's fine, whatever. And
It's
then
it's like the EA big version of a wrestling game. That's pretty much what it felt like.
But then I heard that it had another game in it, Fight for New York. So I was like, fuck it, I'll pick it up. I hear that's more of like an actual fighting game. Picked
Yeah.
that one up, and the create a character system for it kind of blew me away at the time
Yeah.
because there was not a lot of games, and still to this day, not a lot of fighting games that do a create a character system, especially with the weird kind of creativity you have with it. It's still not like full on control. We could talk about the details more in a bit later. But I liked the create a character system. The story was interesting. The gameplay style back then was interesting as well. It felt like there was a lot of give and take to it. It was a lot more interesting. Playing
It's a lot
it
more
now-
refined than a lot of combat systems for the day too, which is really surprising considering what it is. You have characters coming up and saying classic lines like "I'm gonna come over there, I'm gonna take your tongue out and lick my ass with," and then you have like SmackDown versus Raw games that come out at the time, and I really remember just thinking the combat is way more. Like it just feels good. Like the impact is so much better
Yeah,
in
it
Def
has
Jam
such
5.
a weight to it, which is
Yeah.
good. There are some things I will say definitely have not aged well. I was
Yeah.
originally going to do a stream of the game as well, but when I went through the story, I remembered my original character, and I put the memory card in to kind of look at him too. My original character, I did wrestling, submission, and martial arts for the build out. I was like, freak that! I'll relive that a little bit. And I started with submission, and then as I was playing through, I was like, holy fuck, this is boring. Playing with the submission style is fucking boring as your
Yeah, it's the same
style.
thing. You just grab them, you press
Yep.
up buttons. This is like I never did that. I was just getting in the face and start beating the shit out of people. But yeah, I get you.
So that's why I didn't end up doing a stream for it, is because I was like, Jesus Christ, my gameplay footage is all basically the same, just new coat of paint on who I'm fighting. And I don't like the. When I was younger, it felt like there was a lot more give and take to the combat. But man, it really is such a momentum-heavy game, and either you have the momentum or you fucking don't, and you're just waiting for your turn. And so going back to it is one of those kind of bittersweet things where there's some elements to it that I still love, but man, it is not aged well. I was really looking forward to this because like I loved the game a lot when I was younger. I was looking through my one of my memory cards that still had all my data, and there's only like two characters I'm missing to unlock still in it. And it was like, oh man, I put so much time into it, had a lot of fun, and yeah, no, did not have like I still had fun. It was still a good experience, but man, I did not enjoy it as much as I was expecting to. So, Adrian, you were completely brand new. What was your experience going into this?
The learning curve was kind of wild.
Yeah,
Um,
right. It is a tough game. I remember
I-
like in the story mode, there's moments where I'm just like fucking. It's like even when my friends were playing, it's just like this is fucking hard.
Yeah,
Like, it's really
um,
challenging at times, even just on normal like.
Yeah.
difficult-
I don't think the tutorial was really well done in story mode. Maybe there's another. Is there another tutorial mode if you go to the main menu, or is it just
I don't remember.
No, I don't think there is.
because they give you a tutorial mode, and if you do not like hone in and like understand that completely, you are fucked.
I think
So-
me and my friends were kind of because it has a similar enough combat system to like wrestling games where you have to grapple, and then if you press like certain buttons, you do different moves
See,
and stuff. So
I see.
The reversals they don't fully explain well, though.
No,
Yeah.
they don't. And fucking Henry Rollins might text you every once in a while like, "Hey, this is how you break out of here," and you're like, "Oh, thanks for telling me about like half of the way to the goddamn campaign."
hey, don't talk bad about Henry Rollins.
Yeah.
He's your trainer. He's a
No,
great
I
guy.
kick his ass. He's fine.
Yeah, but he's great. He's your guy.
Yeah. Um.
And-
So like I wasn't sure. I picked Submission, which is the worst because I didn't know what I've never played like a wrestling game. I haven't done one in a long time if I have. So I barely didn't understand what the fuck was going on. So looking at submissions took me a while to learn. I didn't get the control scheme right away, and then no one on the face of the planet has played this on GameCube. So like every fucking FAQ or walkthrough or guide is on PS2. So I'm like, cool. Sorry, I didn't understand what like. All right, that's the trigger for that. Fucked me up as a Smash player because right trigger is block and right trigger is jump for me on Smash. I don't even touch the right trigger ever. So it's fucking me up because I'm gonna use like the left trigger for block and then right trigger to block and left trigger to like power move. And dude, like, yeah. So it took me a while. Like I'm talking like it took me a little bit, and then if you don't play that game consistently, it's easy to forget the controls right away because it's very awkward. Like again, we talked about the GameCube on the controllers and the Ranksters. GameCube buttons for this is fucking weird because like A is the big button and that's your grapple or your grab.
Fuck, that's weird.
Yeah, A is your grab.
Why would that not be your basic attack?
No, I think that makes sense for.
I don't know.
I think that makes it because A like for at least when I played it on the PSP, the A button was also the grab. So and X was attack, and that's for Xbox controller.
Yep.
So
And then B was kick and Y was like the slap attack.
I never played it on GameCube, so I can't tell. I played wrestling games on GameCube, and every wrestling game I play, like Day of Reckoning, that the A is the grapple. So
Right. No, it makes sense, but then the GameCube controller
Yes, I
obviously
think
with the different
for
like
sure it is.
size buttons, it kind of just gives you a different like form of like.
Hey, I get what David's saying though. If you see that big ass A button, you think, oh, that's punch. We'll
Right.
beat the
Yeah.
shit out of this guy, but
Yeah.
that's grapple.
So again, like it was bizarre to me at first. Like the learning curve was so fucking weird, and like I swear, like later on, I didn't understand. I was like still learning stuff, like even like halfway through the campaign, where I'm like, all right, so if I power grab here, and I push like left, right, up, or down, that'll grab a different part of them, which is the different like oh that's his head submission, that's his arm, like all this I was learning on the fly. Like that tutorial didn't fuck all for me, but I agree that the once you get the momentum and you understand what's happening and once you really get the flow of it, it really does become fun. Like when you start to learn how to grab things from the crowd, when you start picking up items, start kind of like using it. But damn, dude, that you can go from winning a whole match like really fucking well to being knocked out just like that. Like if you let your guard up for a little bit, like oh I'm in blaze mode, all I gotta do is grab, and you start like fishing for a grab and just don't get it. And all of a sudden you're just dead.
And then they just kick you and you KO. So like,
Yeah, he throws like three fucking
Fucking Danish
haymakers
Nails,
at you.
goddamn.
He haymakers you
punch.
3 times in a row, and you're just dead. And you're like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
But no, it was super interesting, and yeah, once I got more, so I did what was it? I did submission, then kickboxing and street fighting. So after I got the kickboxing and street fighting, then it felt a little more snappy because like, all right, cool. So now I'm not just grabbing them. Now I can kind of fight back a little bit and punch more if I need to, kick more if I need to. Felt a lot better once you did that, but I wish I knew going into it because I don't think I would have picked submission first. I probably would have picked like kickboxing or street fighting out the gate because not knowing anything about this game or playing wrestling games for that fact, submission was a beast to fucking get at the beginning.
I will say that is one thing with the create a character system is there's no control over how your moves get augmented once you start merging the styles. So especially where I knew that it changed up the style a bit, but I forgot that it can just be you get so used to having like the one initial style, then once you layer on that second style, half your buttons fucking change. So, you get used to like, all right, I'm going to hit this combo string, and it'll be like a jab, jab, and then all of a sudden I'll do like a fucking haymaker. It's suddenly like a weird fucking frost chop, and then the haymaker. And it fucks up the rhythm for your combos, and you're basically relearning your character every time. That's one thing that I wish you had more control over that.
I wish there was a more robust training system. That's it. Like give you a body like a punching bag and just kind of like use that and kind of get the feel for it because you pick a new thing and you don't even know what the fuck. You're like, all right, cool. Besides, I know that in Grease Super Flash, I got my ass whooped by Flavor Flav a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's actually an interesting thing. How much speed did you guys put in your characters?
I was kind of gradually, I got kind of evened out, and then for the last like third of the game, I just went all in on speed. I maxed out speed.
I think I was more balanced. Like I'm trying to think last time I played the PS2 version. I usually go for more brawler, so just more grapple and more attack.
Okay.
So I don't really focus
upper strength.
Yeah, upper strength and stuff like that. Yeah.
So I went full aggressive. So I had by the time I had finished the final boss, my upper body was at 100, my lower body was at 100. Everything else aside from speed was around like the mid 70s. My speed was at a nice like 30. I think the highest I got it to was like 40. And man, playing some of those fights with 40 speed was fucking rough.
Yeah, no, like I read online too. It's like, yo, if you max out speed, you're good to go. Because these guys are just run fucking laps around you. You're not going to be able to get any hits in.
Yeah, no. There's Chang. I can't remember. One of the ones you come across in the Triad hideout. Holy fuck. The second time you fight him, has so much goddamn speed that it was just the second he gets a combo string, it's like you're fucking stun locked in that shit. You can't react with 40 speed.
How do you pick aggressive and not pick speed?
Because I don't care about how fast I move. I just want to fucking whack them and then just be done with it.
It's going to take you 5 hours to get to them if you don't pick up the speed.
Yeah, but they come to you. They want to fight you.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The only time they run away is when you get your fucking blaze and all of a sudden they're fucking speedy Gonzalez away.
Yeah, I remember the game being pretty frustrating, but I don't remember ever really having too much of a problem.
The Dark Souls.
I must have went. Yeah, it's the Dark Souls of
Def Jam
rap fighting games. There's only 3 of them, but or 4 if you count that Wu-Tang game. But
Rapstar, baby.
Rapstar's not a fighting game.
Def Jam, baby.
Def Jam Icon, you mean?
Nah.
No, I was talking about rap fighting games.
Nah, it's Dark Souls of Def Jam.
The Dark Souls of Def Jam is Vendetta also. That game's hard too. But the story mode's hard. But I don't remember having too much problem until like towards the end of the game when you have to fight like fucking like towards the end, like what you mentioned earlier, like Danny Trejo. I remember when you fight him, or just Trejo as he's calling him.
So I generally got better, but there were some fucking fights that fucked me up. But the one that didn't really fuck me up, but was a big challenge. Like I had to go from like leaning back and relaxing, like kind of like paying attention. It didn't take me that many tries, but I had like fucking focus. Was the one where you and your homie get mugged, and then you have to fight them back out in the yard when you finally put back to your right team. But I forget what's his name.
You got Method Man.
Blaze?
Exhibit's the one that's the
no, but who's your guy? Blaze.
Method Man. That's Method Man. Blaze.
Yeah. He starts with half health already.
Yeah. When he's all fucked up and he's just like he get hit by a bat, and then you like crack that one dude with the other bat.
but you're at half health, so you're fighting Fat Joe in Exhibit or something, and
Yeah, Fat Joe.
and fucking if you leave Blaze there, he's gonna get his ass kicked. So you have to
Yeah,
like
he gets his ass kicked. Yeah,
you have to
I
like
remember that.
you have to like fucking focus on whoever you're focusing on and kill them before like they get two, because 2-on-1 is so fucking hard in this game.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
so hard. Like
You may as well just restart.
yeah, you got grabbed, just team grab constantly. There's no way for you gotta like throw haymakers and just hope you knock someone out randomly. But yeah, otherwise there's a lot of fights in here where it was a good challenge. Like I was never I was never like, oh, this is dumb. Like I hate this. But it was like I felt like every single time it was usually me letting my foot off the pedal, or I just straight up just fucked up myself. Like I never felt like the game was cheating.
Right.
You know?
No, I don't remember ever feeling I was cheated. I do feel like there's times where the AI gets way more aggressive just randomly. Kind of like, you know how like in a racing game when out of nowhere they just fucking come out from behind you and
Right.
just like
Yeah.
they take over. I do like it wasn't cheating, like it was just like I'm low health. Let me get aggressive. The computer thinks to get
that kind of goes into what I was
keep it
saying
interesting, but
I hate the momentum swing of this game. That is one thing that I feel hasn't aged. It's interesting, but I wish the blazing wasn't tied to the momentum swing, because man, there is nothing more frustrating than you're about ready to go blazing, and then all of a sudden they fucking get a weapon or a crowd grabs you, and all of a sudden you just fucking get into that string of, well, shit, now I just have to eat this for a little bit, and all of a sudden, bam, there goes all your fucking meat that you had built up.
right.
I liked it though.
He liked it.
So
I remember hating that. I like the whole crowd aspect of the game. I remember just like being able to
and then you have to make yourself look good.
throw them at people and they'll hold them and shit, and you just
Sometimes
like
they beat the shit out of you like
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah.
Also, I like that you had to like bling it out for them to be on your side. You have to look better.
Yeah, you have to look better, which is so fucking genius for a game like this. Like I don't think Vendetta really did that kind of stuff. It was way more arcadey and stuff. This did it, and hey, it works.
Who was your guys' love interest?
I went with Lil' Kim.
No, I went with what's her name? The white girl. What's her name?
Carmen Electra.
Carmen Electra. There you go. I can't remember her fucking name.
Oh, I love how that plays out. Where
I probably went with both of them many times. I played that game so many times.
You pick who you want.
And then they don't do anything. I remember those characters that.
No, what are you talking about? They have a glorious moment at the end of the game.
Sure, but what you mean, the fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what I find funny is that game was like having like you have choices to make. You also have the choice in the beginning where like you could just you could fight the dude or whatever, or if you win the girl comes with you. If you lose, then you just look like a loser or whatever.
And you get the other girl, and then everyone's like, "Damn, man, you really want her?"
Yeah. Well, you suck, bro. And I like that, but it's really clear that it was still like they couldn't quite get that to work. So once whoever you pick becomes your girlfriend, they don't really say. A lot of times they're just in the background. They don't say shit. They do sometimes, but they barely do anything.
Baby, I want that car. All right, I'm gonna go enter a tag team fighting match with Ice-T here and win you a car, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, you get the car, and then you like talk shit to.
I love how
like,
that's
yeah, your car sucks. Bro.
Yeah, fuck you, Omar Epps. No wonder why you wanted this.
I love how she's like the turning point for the whole game, though, where she gets taken by Crow.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Better fuck up my homies. Then.
Yep, I love just the whole attitude behind this game. But I will say there's times where the game is very like if this game came out today, it would not.
Hey, shout out to Def Jam for not giving us a game still.
Yeah, hey, thanks.
Yeah.
But Def Jam Icon was a bad game. I remember that.
Yeah.
But it had a nice visual style. So I mean, the last Def Jam Icon was like 2007. I think.
What was it? Was it a more?
It was kind of similar, but it had like a really cool style where everything was like it was kind of like moving out. Like all the music was like made the environment kind of like kind of like morph a little
Yeah,
bit and stuff.
Sure.
It had a cool idea. It was just like it kind of lost everything that Def Jam Fight for New York was in it. It was just like
No
it wasn't as
Yeah,
I mean,
it went back
no
to a more
soul.
arcadey kind of feel.
no soulless. Exactly. Thank you.
Soulless.
But I would love a new Def Jam. What I think should happen is they should just port over the first 2 games to like a
And a double
digital
pack?
double pack, and maybe put Icon in there too. I guess no one liked it, but
And
I guess you could.
Rapstar.
Yeah, if you want. It's not exactly the same thing. That was just a brand, the Def Jam brand. It wasn't like a Def Jam game, really, like one of those. But
Yeah,
if
it
you-
has a song on there. Don't worry about it.
yeah. But yeah, no, like that game. This game, if it came out today, probably would not.
No.
With the way it treats females, it's just like no, definitely not. But it's still funny either way. It's a hilarious dialogue. It
almost
so
it almost tries to
over-the-top.
take itself seriously for a little bit, but you can't.
Yeah, it
No.
takes itself very seriously, and that's why I think it's funny.
It's
It's
one
just
of
all
those
about taking all these clubs or whatever from Crow, who is Snoop Dogg, the main villain.
Plus, it has such an interesting level of absurdity to it that it almost like I hate making this comparison, but this almost kind of feels like some kind of shonen anime that you're watching. Like this feels like it would be some kind of weird fucking anime protagonist bullshit. You'd be going around saving the day, fighting evil club leaders, and your girlfriend gets kidnapped, so you got to go ahead and kidnap. This has like weird
Rap and anime.
all over it.
Similar.
Exactly.
Rapame.
Hey,
Rap-
my favorite One Piece character was Ludacris.
Dude, if Rapame became a genre, it'd be great.
Hey, it almost kind of did with Afro Samurai.
That's
Have you
true.
ever seen that?
I want to get the game recently. Was the game?
No, I don't get in the recent
Afro
ones.
Samurai was really good.
The newest
Not the new
Afro
one.
Samurai I heard is fucking garbage. But
Is it?
the first game's okay.
Um.
The newest
Well,
one
let's
is,
go with the anime, but
the anime's great. I actually really like the anime.
yeah.
So,
It's short too, so
yeah.
Very
So and what I do like too is that your character talks.
yeah, that's what I love too, because that was very impressive. Because you make this character, and you, like David said, there's a lot of different customization items, and you can really change them, make them look different, and your character like talks the entire time. So it's like it was very impressive for back then, because a lot of times when you create a character, they would just be like, and
It
just like
weirdly
look.
had more interactivity than a lot of RPGs at the time. Like you actually felt like you were playing your character.
And even though the animations are very over the top, they're really good still. Like even I would say the graphics looks really good.
This look great on the MK HD.
Yeah,
on the GameCube one.
Yeah, it's a GameCube.
Also, I liked how they gave you different voices depending on how you built your character. So there were like 3 different male voices in case you built like a more husky dude or a cleaner dude or whatever. It surprised me a bit. I wasn't sure. I had played Vendetta way back in the day. I played Vendetta a lot. I never played Def Jam Fight for New York. I like the way it was though. I definitely want to get Vendetta again.
Yeah, but that was good too. Better hurry up. That's going up in price a little bit on GameCube. It's like a $30 game right now. It used to always be like a $10 game
Yep.
on every console, but no.
So
I'd say every console, but it was only PS2 and GameCube.
yeah, and so the story, it's interesting seeing all these characters. Some of them take different names.
Yeah, like Doc, that's Red Man.
Fat
Snoop,
Joe
of course.
is like Crack or something like that.
Yeah, Crack. It's Crack.
Exhibits, Magic.
Yeah, Magic. But the other ones don't. Like, it's weird. But I guess because a lot of them are just like kind of background characters sometimes when they show up too, right? So
Right.
not background, but like just smaller
I
characters.
want to know how these guys did with their ego about it. Like, hey, yo, we're put you in a game, yeah, where you can fight, yeah, but the story mode, your character's gonna kick your ass. All right,
Yeah,
fuck.
I'm sure they were fine with it
Yeah.
because they knew like, hey, when I play it, I'm always gonna be me. I'm always gonna win. That's probably their thought process behind it.
Can you imagine
and
fighting
they-
yourself?
Yeah, and you know what? There's a lot of when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of these kind of like gang movies and stuff.
Gordon did
I
that
sound really
thing.
white. I sound really white saying that, but like these gang movies, but these gangsta flicks, like just low budget ones. I've talked about Blood
Yeah,
In Blood Out.
you hung out
which
with
is
a
a
bad
great
crowd,
film.
right?
Huh? Yeah,
You
yeah.
just
I
hang
mean,
out
they,
with a
they
bad
weren't
crowd.
they weren't gangsters, but they liked that kind of stuff. They weren't gangsters, but they were good people. But
They
for
saw
the
your
time.
stuff.
Well, no, those are different people. But the ones I used to hang out with and watch all these movies are different people than the ones that stole my shit. Two different people. I didn't hang out with a lot of good people when I was a kid.
You still don't.
But yeah, that's true. But I used to watch a lot of the Blood In, Blood Out. I always talk about. I always mention Blood In, Blood Out. Blood In, Blood Out is a great film.
So working with adjudicated youth, every time when we give them like a list of like, oh, let's learn about you guys. What's your favorite movie? 9 times out of 10, it was Blood In, Blood Out.
Blood In, Blood Out.
The point where the English teacher.
Latino people love Blood In, Blood Out because all my friends were.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that movie.
Hey, it's a good movie.
I am officially not of Hispanic culture because I'm not seeing that movie.
But my friends loved like any like kind of like those type of movies. Like they loved oh fuck, what is it called? Like Waist Deep. Have you ever seen Waist Deep with Tyrese Gibson?
I've heard of these, yeah.
Love those. That was like the newest movie before I started to not really hang out with them anymore. But they were always like talk about that. The original Fast and the Furious they loved. What else? There was another one they loved all the time. They would fucking watch all the time. I couldn't remember what it was. It was like all in Spanish, so every time I watch it, I'm like
yeah, it's like that white woman meme where you got like all the algebra around you.
It's just like, yeah.
So yeah, no, it's funny because like even when I was like there at a new semester, the English teacher would be like, "Look, watch, I promise you, all these kids are gonna all say that." I gave them the paper and put them on the wall. I looked past it, all of them, Blood In, Blood Out, Blood In, Blood Out,
Blood Out. Blood In, Blood Out is a good movie. It has a pretty good line in it. And I'm not gonna say here because it's like you can't say it, but it's good.
Anyway,
do
yeah. So going back to it. The story, yeah, it's fun seeing all those people do that, and like I said, like these are all rappers that I don't really follow too much rap stuff now, but like a lot of these are recognizable to me.
I mean, I didn't follow rap back then either, besides my friend, but like I only knew him from this game, and honestly, like looking at this game again, seeing the roster of people you could play as, I'm like,
I still don't know most of them.
I'm like, who the fuck is MC? Like, I don't even remember this character.
So some of them
I say character, even though it's a real guy, but.
Right, so some of these I still don't understand, but like I mean I know it's like you got Exhibit, you know Snoop Dogg, you got you got Redman, Fat Joe, Sean Paul,
Ghostface
Killah.
Yeah, I know a lot of them, but it's definitely a huge
Fingers.
cast. It's a big ass cast.
Hey, Sticky Fingers has a spot in my heart. A spot in my heart. He's a sticky spot in my heart. You know why?
Why?
Because he played the television version of Blade. So
no shit.
And that show sucked ass, but still he played Blade at one point. He did. Sticky Fingers played Blade. He wasn't very good, but the show wasn't very good, to be fair to
him. I'm gonna go off topic for just a second.
Go ahead.
Obviously we're recording this. If you're not watching this from back if you're backlogging this, Chadwick Boseman unfortunately passed away last week.
Yes.
A lot of issues. Like, I mean, yeah, that sucks. That's shitty. I, for the sake of masochism and me being just by nature, I like to follow a lot of people that disagree with me politically just because I like to hear a sort of other side. I'm just like very much like that to a point where I should stop just because it gets to be tiring. Someone was complaining about the overimportance of Chadwick Boseman, and we do know to a fact that some people like to over exemplify someone's death, which is unfortunate. Some people like to monetize off of that, or even make themselves like as if they're the biggest fan of a thing that they obviously weren't before, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
Someone was complaining about all that, and if you complain about some of that, sure, but someone was complaining about that, saying, "Oh, people just act like there weren't like any black heroes. Like, I mean, kids had Blade."
Hell yeah! Well, that's true.
I'm like,
they're not wrong.
Kids had this extremely violent R-rated movie.
Yeah, I chime in. I'm like, look.
He was a hero, though.
I'm like,
look. He wasn't like some villain or anything.
No, I'm like, look.
I mean, he killed people.
I'm gonna stop you.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, and you're
Django
not
Unchained.
Wrong.
He's a superhero.
However, you're wrong.
Yeah, you're wrong. Black Panther. People don't understand. It's not about like. It's really not about the actual movie. It is.
But it's about it being a thing.
Yeah, and also how big it was. Everybody saw that movie. Like if it was Blade, it did. Oh, obviously it did well enough for 2 sequels, but it was also about a guy that went around and stabbed vampires
in the night.
Yeah, in the night, but it wasn't. There was no culture really behind it. I
Black
mean,
Panther-
there's a little teensy bit, but that's
Dude,
about it.
I was getting kind of emotional rewatching a bunch of like Black Panther reaction videos.
Yeah,
Especially seeing people like Struggle Nation, watch it where they get super hyped up because you see the culture, that's like
Yeah.
you see like all that. That's what it's built around. Not to derail this completely.
and like I was mentioning earlier, a lot of black movies back then were just, and I say back then, but early 2000s, late 90s were gangster movies.
Fucking, we
Um,
still get a lot.
which-
Fucking every day, David fucking Ayer movie is with Latinos, just like in
Yeah,
fucking
David
crime
Ayer
shit.
needs to fucking stop.
I'm
Ayer, I
not-
don't even think David Ayer is Latino. I could be wrong there. I should look
Dude,
that up actually.
I'm not the type that gets offended. Like I'm not the type that.
His
like-
movies are hilarious though. So
Yeah,
I'm okay.
I'm not like. I mean, of course, like at least like it'd be cool like in MCU to have like a Hispanic hero because we don't have that. Luis
Right.
is literally the closest thing we have to a Hispanic hero.
You got that good.
I got the man.
Yeah. Oh,
but-
how do you know Groot's not?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Yeah, cool,
in the 2099 run, there was Antonio Stark,
Yeah.
but things didn't
Oh.
end well for
Yeah,
him.
it's
I
gonna
thought you- I
take,
thought you
it's gonna
were
take us a
gonna say-
while.
Wait, I thought you were gonna talk about just. Isn't Spider-Man in 2099 Hispanic?
Oh, Miles Morales does have some.
Right.
Yes,
But the
and,
2099 Spider-Man's
as
Hispanic.
well.
At the
Yeah.
yeah,
I thought
him
you
and-
I thought you were gonna say that.
Yeah, Antonio.
Well, I'm more of an Iron Man guy, so that's why
Oh.
that's my first thought. But
So
Okay.
I'm not gonna like I'm not like the one that's like beating drum like I need to have that. It's fine, but I will say that it's getting a little weird just how much David Ayer just like is really going in on how
Yeah.
much Latino
Well,
crime.
He's always gone in. Like he's
No,
always
yeah,
done
but,
that.
But it's
Since
still
Training
going. But
Day.
it's still going.
Have you ever seen Training Day?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Every single minority in that movie, besides the pristine Ethan Hawke man, not that he's a minority, but every character, I should say, in that movie besides Ethan Hawke is like some monster.
Dude,
It's
but
just-
I feel like he can't keep.
even though at the end they kind of like humanized him a little bit,
I
but not
feel
really.
like he can't keep doing that because even Tax Collector he got some heat for already.
Oh,
and-
Tax Collector sucked ass, but I
yeah,
loved it.
yeah. I hear
It's so
fucking
bad.
Shia LaBeouf is the only good part really.
Yeah, yeah.
But
George
yeah,
Lopez. There's like a moment.
I didn't know he was in it, and I heard I was
Sure,
watching your
dude.
review.
Oh, you watched the review?
I didn't watch the spoiler part in case I haven't. But I watched.
There's
the
a
whole-
part with George Lopez that
You didn't recognize him.
is like no, that too, and also there's a part with George Lopez that is cursed imagery. It's in the
no.
making. If anybody even saw it,
Maybe I'll watch it sometime.
it's like whoa. It was so weird. Eric.
Maybe it'll be a Christmas movie.
It's pretty funny, but it's like
Yeah,
It's funny as in, like, it's really trying hard to be kind of
Right.
cool because there's like moments where it's trying really hard to be like End of Watch and Training Day where those two are talking in the car and whatever. End of Watch is great actually. Considering all of the bad stuff he does with Latino characters, Michael Pena again, same guy that was in Ant-Man. He was a great character in End of Watch. He had
End of Watch. I really
he had
liked.
culture. There was culture behind him because he would mention things about his culture. You even see his wedding or whatever. But he wasn't a stereotype, which was good.
Sure, and End of Watch.
I love
not. It's not. Yeah, End of Watch is great, and that one's like not egregious to the point where like that is stuff that can happen and will happen.
Yeah.
But you know,
Even though the villains matter a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
Green Zero Flash goes in the DC universe. Blue Beetle is Hispanic. I think his name is
Yeah, that guy. He was in the
Tom?
Injustice 2.
Jaime. It'd be Jaime if
Jaime.
it's like that.
Jaime.
Jaime
He's in
Reyes.
Injustice 2.
Yeah. And yeah, like I said, I know there's like not zero representation, but I mean it'd be nice to get a little bit more, especially when you get
When
like
it comes to movies, it's not.
like
really
especially MCU because now you got Black Panther, you
Yeah.
got your Shang-Chi's coming out.
Chi, yeah.
I'm like, give me a little.
Got
bit.
Black Widow for all the whites. Finally, whites are depicted.
It's about time.
Finally.
No, but to that credit though, it's for females. You know, it's like that's the one female like the main,
Finally,
is it
Russians finally get the movie they deserve.
is it the first female-led MCU movie? I'm pretty sure, right? No, Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
I'm an idiot.
Oh, I forgot that movie existed.
Yeah, I did too for a second.
yeah,
Oh no.
But I mean, like, give me a little bit. Give me some.
That's
But
some shit.
but to
Black
bring it,
Widow chipped in the first one.
but to bring it back, you're right. Kid should have just followed Blade instead.
Blade is a great superhero, man. He should be remembered as the first one,
However,
but he's not the one that should be remembered.
memorialized by
Yeah,
kiddos
memorialized.
everywhere.
Like no one should like paint on the side of a building blade.
That'd be badass though.
Yeah, it would be fun. If I walked by a building that had him right before he said some motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill, it was his face and it had that quote, I'd be like, yo, this is my favorite building. This is my favorite building, whatever it is now.
Yeah,
look at the abortion clinic.
This is a whole. This is a whole off topic thing, but yeah, no, I turned to that because I'm like, you're right. That's not a good statement to say because obviously Black Panther wasn't just him. Boseman doing it.
But one thing I dislike about when people talk about Chadwick Boseman is they only mention Black Panther, which I get. That's a important thing, I know, but he has so many other great roles that only like articles talk about.
Shoehorning him into just Black Panther when he did what? Jackie Robinson. He
he played 3 like big fucking like black historical like
figures.
Yeah, figures. That's what I was thinking. He played Jackie Robinson. He played Thurgood Marshall, and he played James Brown. And that was like I think that was all before Black Panther came out. I think he played Black Panther, and then he did that Marshall movie, and then Black Panther.
Dude, God bless that man with fucking cancer. The way he did that, I'm like, good Lord, dude.
4 years he did the Marshall movie, he did all the Black Panther stuff, and he did like a couple other. He did The Five Bloods, which was great too. But by the way, there's a scene in The Five Bloods with him that now will make you. It'll make you cry.
I'm gonna watch that and 42 because you've been talking about 42 a lot.
42 is like classic Hollywood, kind of cheesy, but in a good way.
Did you watch these movies? No, you watched The Five Bloods.
No, I watched 42 when it first came out. I did a review for 42 when it first came out.
But you watched The Five Bloods because it came out recently.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it anyway, but then right when he passed away, I was like, I need to watch it now. Like I was gonna watch it anyway.
What? Because that sucks. Because I feel like,
it's actually perfect too. Because like I said, there's one scene.
Yeah.
That really resonates now more than
again. We're still off topic. Whatever. This game's gone by. We can talk about it.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Chadwick.
No, I was gonna say is that, and I agree with you. It hit me. It hit me harder than a lot of.
Yeah, it hit me pretty hard too.
Like I said, like I'm not even like the biggest like Chadwick Boseman fan. Like we even talked about in the Ranksters. I was like, I'm not like the biggest fan of Black Panther. I like the movie a lot. I got the fucking steelbook, got the helmet, got the fucking necklace now. I liked it a lot, but like it didn't affect me obviously to the point where a lot of other people were affected because of like culture wise. And I think the movie like Black Panther 2 would have been great. I think Black Panther 1 was on the track of being good. Just needed a little more polish, especially with like the visuals at the end too.
Definitely the visuals.
Yeah. So there was room to improve, right? And I that's why I appreciate a lot more about it. But I
think the Black Panther character should not be retired though, because that would kind of be a disservice.
Fuck anyone.
That'd be a disservice.
No, fuck anyone trying to like jump to Black Panther 2 already. Like, oh, what do we need for Black Panther?
I don't want to mention names.
Fuck yourself.
I don't want to mention names, but there's people that are still milking his death for money on YouTube.
If you have, I'm sorry, like you can disable this shit. I have seen people that I've actually watched that have like done this, have done like full ass videos of like only with him as a thumbnail, with like a memorial that I've liked. I start the fucking video off and there's an ad right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Fuck yourself.
Like that is shitty, but the worst ones are the live streams that people do where they go on for 2 hours talking about, and there's a couple people out there I know that have done multiple hour streams about Chadwick Boseman's death and have accepted super chats, has accepted whatever the fuck it is on Twitch, those bit things. They've accepted all just so they can read, Big Ball Sack 45 says, "Oh, I'm sad Boseman's dead. Black Panther 2 canceled." I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that and talking about Black Panther 2 as if it's a thing that we need to read. Like
we're like anybody's thinking about it right now. I'm sure Marvel is, honestly, but
always because they have to fucking change
they're
plans.
All greedy business.
Well,
people.
they have to change plans. They have to like figure out writing stuff, and that's fine. But yeah. It's just like, oh well, they passed away. What are we gonna do next?
Yeah,
fuck yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, but what happens? Who's gonna be Black Panther next? And everybody like recasting, like, oh, I think John David Washington should be Black Panther now. Like, how about fucking? What they should do is obviously retire that character and then just make what's her name the Black Panther and just fucking let's stop talking about it.
Yeah, Shuri's gonna because Shuri canonically in the comics does that, so it's like fine.
Yeah.
Either way, it's not even a discussion we need to be like.
Yeah, it's not a discussion. You should just say that's gonna happen. Shut up and let's just.
Black Panther 2 will happen sometime. Fucking focus the fact that everything happened. you
Yeah.
know, it is what it is. Def Jam
Exactly.
Fight for New York.
Anyway, just anyway, when David Banner throws that guy on the ground and beats him up, is really good.
I do love when you go into games.
We
And,
should talk about the story mode because that's what I thought we were going to talk about
oh
mainly.
yeah,
That's why
I love
I didn't
really
play too much of it because I was like,
really quick. I do like whenever you fight someone and their song kind of comes up and you hear their song and it's like that's pretty hype.
Def Jam Icon does that a lot with the music. I
That's
remember that.
unfortunate
Like,
here. It's not a good game.
it, I don't know. I have to play it again. Remembering it, I really like the style of that
Considering
game.
I don't hear anyone ever talk about Icon, I'll go with your word and say that it's a very mediocre.
I didn't play a lot of that game. I remember the story mode being shit. If there was even, I remember there being like a campaign thing that sucked. I don't even remember what the story was, if there was even a story to that game. But I remember it just being extremely disappointing compared to the last two.
I remember controlling like ass too.
Yeah, I don't remember. I played it when it first came out. I don't even think I bought it. I played it. I think I rented it, and it's just I didn't like it.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's talk about story then.
All right. Story is very simple. It's a I guess you could say a revenge tale at one point. I guess, right? Would you consider a revenge tale? It's more like you're up and comer. It's one of those.
You're an up and comer. You help rescue D-Mob out of a bad incident, basically what happened at the end of Vendetta. Then you decide to team up with them, take over all of Crow's clubs, as played by Snoop Dogg.
Then halfway through, it turns into a revenge story after your guy D-Mob gets a shot.
I love that cutscene. That cutscene's fucking great. And you fight Danny Trejo and the fucking
Danny Trejo. It's Danny Trejo if he piled on the muscle. He looks like Danny Trejo, like made in like a weird like Telltale version of him.
Dude, I love how all these rappers are like fucking buff as shit or just or if you're Fat Joe, just like you're just big.
One thing I want to say, going back to D-Mob, I didn't know this, but when the credits started for this game and it's saying like this person, then it gets to D-Mob, voiced by Christopher Judge. Do you know who Christopher Judge is?
No.
No? When I saw the name, I was like, what? Fucking Kratos voices him? And I was like, that's the guy that played Kratos. So
I can kind of hear that.
Yeah, it's you could totally hear. When of course, when I'm playing as a kid, there's no Kratos at that point. I mean, there was, but it wasn't voiced by him. So I was just like, funny D-Mob man, you know?
Now, you know what? I can totally hear that now when you have the EA played Challenge Everything.
Yeah, Challenge Everything.
Right, hold on, I got people yelling.
Hey, shut up.
Continue.
Shut up over there. I can't hear him. So, but yeah, no, Christopher Judge is D-Mob. And I'm assuming he voiced him in Def Jam Vendetta also. He slammed that door hard. I heard that. I saw the flag. You saw the flag?
Awesome.
Anyway, yeah, so I just realized he has a sprinkled donut shirt.
Yeah.
Really?
Let's talk about your sprinkled donut. Did you slam the door hard? Look at the flag.
No, the flag just opens because there's a lot of wind right there. Also,
Oh,
I forgot. I sat up and I forgot that whole ass bag of games I was supposed to show off on what we get. So I'll just save that for next week.
Sure enough. Yeah. All right, fuck it then. All right, so yeah, no, Christopher Judge. Like when I saw it, I was like, oh. I'm like,
yeah, I can hear that in the intro for sure now.
Yeah.
So yeah, the story, and I love the cutscenes. They can be a little abrupt sometimes. Also,
oh yeah, sure. Like there's a couple that are just like you get out of the gameplay and then it's like yeah, and then you go back to the gameplay. I'm like,
back to loading, yeah.
Yeah, loading, yeah. I mean, again, I haven't played the PS2 games since back then, but like watching the cutscenes, I'm like, oh, I remember like the really abrupt cutscenes.
You know what?
You go back to your crib area or whatever.
You know what's something I just realized that Def Jam Fight for New York did better than fucking Gears of War 2. Was as soon as something in the gameplay changed, the character changed as well. So like,
oh yeah, sure.
So when before it turns into a revenge game, you know, you're always like, yeah, why are you down there? Why don't you shine my shoes? And then when you're beating up your homies, you just kind of give them the look. You don't say shit. You just give them a look. Whereas in Gears of War 2, spoiler alert for Gears of War 2, the fucking big somebody dies in that game. Yeah. And literally it's supposed to be like emotional, like, oh fuck, like that's literally like
all the characters are really reeling, especially one character's really reeling from it. And he's like, oh my god, no, not this person, my
And
my
Mark is
whoever.
like,
I'm not gonna say gender.
yeah, and then you're like,
No
are
spoiler.
you all right? Yeah, I
Yeah,
need a
right.
moment. Yeah, all
And then
right.
it cuts to
And then
gameplay.
cutscene comes back, and then just back to popping heads. Like, oh
Hell
shit,
yeah,
yeah,
shit yeah, I just killed that guy.
yeah,
Revive me.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
revive.
that's what I just realized right now. I'm like, hey, that because I did appreciate that because I hate when games tonal shift, but the character itself doesn't do anything. Because your character, you knew some shit was up, and you like in the final cut, like when you're going to the ring before facing off before you get all like having a fight for or find where she's at, she's in the warehouse or whatever.
Yeah.
You walk by Blaze, and Blaze's like, homie, what the fuck are you doing? You just
Yeah,
walk
what
past
the
them.
fuck?
And I like how cheesy it was. He takes that, and then you're
Yeah.
a little bit cheesy, but I'm like, you are doing this pretty
Oh,
well.
it's
Like,
a-
I'm actually very much appreciating how this game's running.
Yeah, that was the only thing that for me, replaying it was definitely very abrupt. Like, again, I wasn't expecting like a grand operatic story, especially as this was my replay. But it's definitely one of those things that it felt like a shonen anime where it's like, man, if this game had been given a little bit more budget to go a little bit harder on the fucking story, we could have gotten a pretty lengthy, again, like a really good RPG almost element out of it.
I don't know. I kind of
But
like the
there-
length.
but
I like the length with that.
Yeah, it's short. That's why I played it so much as a kid. Like as a kid, I played so many games that seemed like they should have been longer, but they weren't. And I just played those over. Like I used to play that game Gun. Anybody play that game?
Yeah,
that Western game?
the yellow-
That
the
game
yellow
is
case,
like
right?
yeah, it's just a skull.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played that game probably like 2 dozen times, like in one summer. And because that game was all I had, it was like a game that looked like it was open world. Like oh, it's gonna be like a giant game. And it's like you could finish it all in like 7 hours tops.
God, do you ever miss those days where you couldn't afford games, so you just kept playing the same one over and over again?
Yeah.
And now we
that's
just
why
have
I
all the
played
time
this
in the
game.
world, and now we have all that shit back there that we'll never even fucking open.
Yeah, I mean, I've always was able to rent a game a week. That was the thing. I'd be able to rent a game a week from Blockbuster, so I would always have something to play. But when it comes to owning games, I didn't have that many growing up. So the ones I owned that I knew I loved were like the SmackDown games, WWE Raw 2. I used to play all the time on Xbox. Def Jam Fight for New
You
York
know what I
was
really
one.
want to play? I hear the 64 wrestling games are really good.
And 64 ones
No
are great.
Mercy's great.
No Mercy's great. WrestleMania 2000 is great. The one on PS1, I think it's called Attitude. That one's really good too. I think it's called Attitude.
Warzone.
WWF. No, Warzone's good too, but I think there's one called Attitude that I used to play also.
See, man,
I think
That's like how I am with like Halo 2. Not to interrupt you, it's like I play that game so many
SmackDown is really
fucking
good.
times, dude. A lot of these
WWF
games
SmackDown.
I just replayed over and over. It felt good. I like the length of this though. Like it felt like it was lengthy. It felt like I played a lot, but I was at the end of it, I was like, that's a good way to like. Granted, it ends kind of abruptly where you're like, what happened to D-Mob? Where's our boy?
D-Mob's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, if you want to know what happens to D-Mob, just play the PSP one. They extend it.
Do they?
You beat the shit out of him.
Oh, I'm sure he's pissed.
Yeah, just hey, play it.
Is
You'll
that an
find
expensive
it.
game? I'm sure it is.
Yeah, it is. It's like $80 game. That's why I played an emulator.
Is it not
I
available
wanna-
digitally?
No, I don't think so.
Well,
No.
I got the emulator. It ran really well, so
Yeah.
just get the emulator. It runs faster too. Like the loading's just like snappy.
Which is
It was
weird
like
'cause-
I was loading in between each fight, and it was like maybe 5 seconds. I was like, this is definitely not PSP
Yeah.
because
Oh,
PSP
'cause emulator,
would
yeah,
be
yeah.
loud like you hear the fucking disc spinning, and you'd be waiting here for about a minute until you could play.
Yeah,
every
and
PSP.
even playing games digitally off the PSP, there's still a bit of a load because it's still reading off
It's
the
a little-
memory as fast as it can.
Yeah, it's a little baby console, so it's like it needs its time.
Damn good.
Oh,
Handheld.
great! I love the PSP. I really do. PSP at the time, I loved the DS, but like when I got the PSP, I was like, I was like that meme, the Toy Story meme. We're like, I don't want to play with you anymore. And just throw it on the ground. That was me with the DS.
Shouts to Lockers for my PSP.
Yeah, shout outs to Lockers. I didn't get shit from Lockers. Like,
We didn't know
me.
each other back then. Actually, ironically enough, I think our first conversation ever was when I was on a trip because of Lockers. When I was in Philly, I was
Oh,
in
yeah?
Pittsburgh. I was in Pittsburgh and I was in the hotel room and I was chatting with everyone. I think that's the one time you actually jumped in the chat for the first time.
Okay.
Shouts to Lockers.
Good times.
Shout outs to
Got a
Lockers.
few gift cards off them.
And I got swag bucks. That was mine.
Swagbucks isn't
Swag
bad.
bucks. Zago was okay. I got like a $20 gift card, I think, one time.
Shout out to Sigma. Probably got like $4,000 off of it a month.
He probably ripped them off.
All right. Anything else we want to talk about Def Jam with? Well, what else? We got some.
Well, the story we didn't really get into.
Yeah, let's talk more about story then.
Okay, well, it's really not the story. I just want to talk about the dialogue. That's what. Yeah, and I really wish I listened to them before this, especially if I knew the trivia, because I would definitely listen to them. Because there's like you could just listen to like the audio lines from every character on YouTube, and it has some of the best. I wish we could just listen to it. Can we just like?
I'll pull it up right now.
All right, can we just listen to a bunch of them because they're absolutely amazing.
Listen to some of them, not too much.
No, we could do like no. They're only like 2-minute videos each. We don't need to watch all. Like maybe 10 minutes of stuff. Like it's real. Maybe not even 10. Maybe just a couple. But they're really really funny and it's the kind of shit I like in a game in anything honestly. Just shit talking. And I've always quoted the Redman line. That is easily my favorite one. I played Redman a lot.
There's a 2-minute one of just Redman voice lines.
Yeah. That one's great.
From
Can we
Bust.
watch that one?
I'm gonna take your tongue out and lick my ass with it. Ha 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 ha! I hate you. Oh shit! It's showtime. Yo, boy, I'm gonna fix you up something lovely now. Yo, guess what, boy? I got the blade and I'ma cut you. Yo, it's time to pack it up. Yo, I hope you took notes on that move right there, cause that shit was the bomb. I got you now, bitch. I bet you my gun is bigger than your gun. Time to break a little rules. Yo, motherfucker, who said we was playing fair? Ouch, 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 ouch. Not fair. Yo, how you like it? Yo, how you like this? Hey, damn, I just heard something snap, man. Was that your body or that's your arm and leg? Yo, how you like me now? You best check yourself. Made you look, dirty crook, stole your mama pocketbook. What's up, sucker? Time to teach your bitch ass some manners. Oh, here we go again. I got your ass now. You're a dead man. The moment of truth is now here. You're a dead man. Damn, look at this big ass bat. I ain't fighting fair with this big ass chainsaw on my hand. Up yours. That's how we do it in the bricks. I suggest you stay there. It's me and you right now. Oh, damn! I'm about to pump you up. You like that, boy? You like how I put it down, boy? Now take a shot of this. Yo, it's no escaping, dog. Yo, that's how the Brick City get down, boy. Uh-oh, time to change the rules. It's on. Come on, punk. Let me see what you got, pussy. I'm about to check your chin. Son of a bitch. Yo, you just ran out of time, dog. Where you going? Yo, chew on this. Well, check this out. You want some of this, huh? Yo, I'll mess you up. Well, come and get it. I got all you need right here. Come on. Yo, who wants some of this shit here? Yo, I'ma cripple your ass. Time to die, hater. You got the dick too, player? Yo, here's something new for your punk ass. I got a new idea. Yo, tie down. Look at this kid. I beat blood out that fool.
There you go.
There you go. That's the stylings of Redman.
And that's just one character in his whole ass cast.
That's one character of 68.
Yeah, there's a fucking ton.
Yeah, well, Redman's my favorite one. Method Man has some good ones too. But
Flavor Flav's got a lot of good lines.
Yeah, Flavor Flav's alright. Flavor Flav is just weird.
Talking about a character who would not fight.
Yeah, I love this game when it comes to that shit. Like, what was the pocketbook one? It's so good. Yeah. You know what? I gotta give all these rappers credit because they really
know what they're doing.
They really fucking sell every single line.
Kyle
and they do a good job of acting. Just him like acting like oh shit, you okay? Like just like little things like that. It's just like Redman knows what he's doing.
Kyle says, shout out to Redman and Seed of Chucky.
Oh yeah. He gets spoilers. He gets killed. Wait, is that Redman? Yeah, it's Redman. It is. Wait, no, Method Man's in that too, isn't he? Yeah, Redman gets killed by Chucky, and then Tiffany says drop dead, and he like dies. I think that's Redman. I don't remember. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
David, anything else you have to say about Def Jam? Talk about story?
No, about the story, no. I mean, we've pretty much gone over every story beat, so.
Anything else in general?
In general, it's definitely a game that I'm glad I replayed. It's a fun game. But all in all, definitely didn't age as well as hoping, but still a fantastic time. It's really hard, a good challenge, and definitely one that I won't need to replay again for some time, but I'll probably still revisit down the road.
I could see this being a game you get the boys over if you have any and just play like that. I did that with my friends too back then. I mean, we played mainly the single player because we love that shit. But it's a fun game. It really is. Like playing it on the PSP, I could still see it being fun. Well, kind of PSP emulator PSP. Just like it like the combat system. I get like I don't get into the intricacies of combat systems in any games. I know you can. I don't. I'm not really that kind of guy, really. But it, like you guys said, it's complex in a way, and also just really fucking over the top and fun.
Yeah, I don't think it's easy to play like hard to master or anything. I think it's actually
It can be easy to play if you're just playing with friends because you all could just button mash.
Sure.
When playing story mode or against an AI, no.
No, you gotta learn how to like counter grapples, and you have to like make sure you have like you keep your health up, and man, like if you're not good at finishers, you won't win.
Yeah.
Like, literally, you're not gonna be able to knock someone out just punching them regularly. You have to like finish them.
Yeah. I also want to mention in the story mode, there's multiple times where you take somebody out and it does the KO thing, which is awesome. And in the story mode, it does that. So like when you throw Danny Trejo in front of the train,
Yes.
and he gets ran over, it says KO. I'm like, no, he's dead. Yeah. And then when you throw Crow off
out the window,
which that scene is ingrained in my memory because I was rewatching all the cutscenes, which there's only about 30 minutes of, unsurprisingly. And that was ingrained in my memory so much when that cutscene started, I was like, oh my god, this is like I remember everything here. And then when you get thrown off there, and then you see the KO. It's good. It's good shit.
Last thing, unless anyone else has anything to say, I wanted to mention the blazing moves.
Yeah,
who was everyone's favorite? Mine was a swan dive one.
We're playing it right now. I only did Method Man. Wait, no, was it Method Man where he like takes you over here and like breaks your back and then like swings your way? That was the only one I really saw because I was only playing Method Man.
David?
I like the wrestling one that you get where you go ahead, you drop them on their fucking back, and then you just hold onto their legs, jump and flip, and then spin back around to kick him in the fucking back.
Yeah,
and flip them around.
My favorite was the swan dive because it looked so fucking stupid. Because you push them, you throw them down, then you just spread your arms out and you just jump, and then there's that freeze frame, and your face looks so fucking stupid as you're just as you're midair and just fucking land on. Every time I could do that, I would do that.
Oh yeah.
Some of the fucking aggression that's like that, like some of it looks fucking violent. You're like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like, you're really destroying the shit out of people.
Game's violent. Hey, if this game came out now, it wouldn't. But at least not the. Hey, it would be a very, very hard M.
Yeah.
That's where you fuck people up in this game.
Cool. Anything else you want to say, or are we wrapping that up?
I think we're wrapping up.
Fun game. Go get it if you can.
Good pick, David. I'm glad this was your first pick. You just fucking picked so well. I'm very glad. It was a strong pick.
Yeah, good job, David. Yeah. Even though he didn't like it.
The one person that picked it probably who didn't like it the most.
He didn't like it the most. Well, to be fair, I haven't played the PS2 one. I played like the PSP one, but that doesn't mean
you played the lesser version and had a good time. So
no, it's still a good game. It's just, man, there are some parts.
I should mention
well.
Did I not mention I didn't play the entirety of the PSP game? I should.
I assume not.
Yeah, I didn't.
No, you watched the cutscenes. You're fine.
Yeah, I watched the cutscenes for the PSP one also. Which I played a lot of the PSP one. I just played a lot of battle mode and stuff.
That's Games Gone By. Since we don't give plugs at the beginning of Games Gone By, really. Gore and I are on a show David was on once called Ranksters. We ranked some stuff. We ranked controllers this last week.
David should have been on that one, honestly.
Probably.
I mean, he left a whole comment on.
Yeah, I filled in a lot of blanks for you guys.
Oh, all the obscure shit.
Yeah, so he could have been there.
David's not allowed because every single ranking is either an S or an F for him.
Well, he could have been there.
The Kyle, so. Yeah,
I was about to say he could have been there to offset all the times where Kyle's like, sucks F. Yeah. So yeah, we do ranks. We did controllers, do some fast food, do some cartoons or other random games.
check that out.
It seems like the food ones do the best.
That
'Cause the game ones don't do all that great.
Game ones do all right just when you're on Twitch at the beginning, but food is just in general on YouTube, even just as a thing. It's just an easy thing to be like, oh, I know food. Like, everyone knows. The easier accessible it is, like, that's just more.
Just go full on mukbang with it. Just everyone buy one of everything from what you're ranking and just eat it and review it at the same time.
I am gonna. So we not to go ranks or talk full in, but I do hopefully want to look into doing a solo ranks so that way some of us can take a break if we need to. I definitely want to go to the Walmart and just buy all the Reese's candies I can find, like ice cream bars. Like, they have a bunch of different kinds of Reese's. I might just rank those myself. But yeah, that's all. That goes live on the same channel every Tuesday. Goes on YouTube usually Wednesdays on Gore and I's channel. David and I are doing Halo, streaming Halo. I'm giving him a full ass Halo 2 lesson on Sunday. We'll see if we even start the game, but we're definitely gonna just jump full ass lore. Games Gone By schedule. We have our final schedule now for the rest of the year. So September 25th reminder is Detroit Become Human. Next season starts with me in October. That is the 15th for PT, 29th for Silent Hill 2. Gore's pick for November 26th is Fable 2. And David rounding out the year with December 24th with Grim Fandango. And that'll be the last bit of Games Gone By for this year. We do have the retrospective episode in between Detroit Become Human and PT. So I think that is the October 3rd, I'm just guessing. October 2nd or 3rd. And that will be a retrospective. We'll be going through. I'm going to ask you guys for rankings on the games we listed, kind of put them in order. We'll kind of rank. We'll do a bunch of cool, fun statistics, kind of talk about any games that we had, and maybe a retrospective, talk about a little bit more. All that good stuff. And if you have, I don't want open for suggestions.
Shit. Real quick, before we finish wrapping up, a few quick words from Nick. We got a fan mail about that.
This man.
I'm sorry, I got distracted by a half hour of talk of other bullshit. 1 second here.
Oh, I'm sorry. That, influential movies to a whole culture of bullshit.
Influential movie. This is an influential podcast.
No, we got it here.
There it is. He found it, guys.
All right, so real quick from Nick Knack here, wanted to give his thoughts on Fight for New York, and he sent a picture. He has it on all three consoles, the GameCube and the PlayStation being complete in box, Xbox loose. He said that this is a game he would easily put within his top 20 to 30 games of all time. He grew up in Canada, absolutely loved what AccuCorp has done with everything in Fight for New York. And making it a fighting game instead of just a straight-up wrestling game. Fantastic evolution. He loved a lot of the environments, Dragon House. All the environments great. Dressing up as Ice-T was great. He went ahead and gave his character a kung fu outfit and a Fu Manchu and got kind of crazy with the game.
You can go nuts with it, too,
yeah, but all in all, I was actually even thinking of doing a cosplay for when con season starts up again as probably either Blaze or Doc, according to this, maybe Crow.
Crow cosplay. The first
or just Snoop Dogg cosplay. I'm sure he dresses like that all the time.
The first person, if anyone cosplays as Crow, like calls it out, buy that man a beer.
Crow. Oh shit! I saw you fall out of a window. Well, actually, I want to mention that was a good review. It was at the whole thing.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So, and before Gore gets into that, you too can also submit your reviews to brp@bluerupees.com, or if you're in the chat, chime in and talk about it.
Crap.
Go ahead, Gore.
BRP. Anyway, one thing I want to end it with. I remember the year that game came out. They had the Spike Video Game Awards.
Right.
And maybe this is on. You might be able to watch this on YouTube, but Snoop Dogg interacts with his video game character at the Spike Video Game Awards, and I thought it was the cringiest shit, even when I was a kid. But I loved it because I love Snoop Dogg. So
I'll have to look at
just a random thought. He he says something and then he deletes him or something from the screen. I just remember that. I remember that, and I think that was the same year that Madden won that or something.
That's a good Madden game though.
Snoop Dogg hosted, by the way. I should mention that's why he was there.
Madden's a great game though.
It is a great game.
That one was not 21.
Sure. Yeah.
So I don't want to necessarily take suggestions, but if there's a game that you think would probably be good for this and it's a short game, let us know. Maybe we'll look into it because we're all open to suggestions here, and we do usually do nominees for games as well. Maybe one of us, if we're lacking a suggestion and we kind of like that idea, maybe one of us will take it. Also, before season 2, David and I are going to look at ways to kind of improve games gone by. We'll definitely be making its own like podcast feed first of all. So like if you want to listen to this audio, we'll have its own thing. So if you just want to listen to that and you're not into like waiting for every Blue Rupees to like go through, we'll make it its own thing and start posting them, and just we'll catch up the episodes. So maybe do them like once every other week so that it will catch up to where we're doing it currently. If you have any suggestions for this, let us know. If there's something else you want, if you would like gameplay playing through that, interact like we've done in some episodes, like we've done in Brothers Tale 2 Sons, we've watched some of it. I forget what other game we What Remains of Edith Finch, we watched some gameplay of it too. So if that's something you'd like, let us know. If you think the selection process, if you like surprises more, or if you don't like it, if you like it more planned out, let us know anything you guys want about this. We're looking to expand a bit more with it. Now that we're almost a year in. I think technically we're a year in now, right? Because Intel was in August, so we're definitely over a year now. So anything you guys want, throw us at us. Other than that, I think that's about it.
All right, before we end it, I didn't find the right Spike Video Game Awards, but there is a 2005 one. You can watch the entirety of the 2005 one. And I already watched the first like 2 minutes while you were talking. I was listening. Don't worry. There was no audio. I was just watching the visuals. I wasn't listening. But I might have to do a reaction to this because it's like the worst shit you could possibly imagine. So
like I said, I do want to react to stuff like old E3s, but I'm down to do the VGs too.
This is cringe. it's cringe. I can't wait. Let's do it. I can't find the 2004 one though. That day.
Maybe eventually. I know, because Gore and I did that one where we just kind of dived into like what was it, like old like commercials and stuff.
Yeah.
I do kind of want to do an old reaction series where we're just like looking at old shit like that and just put it up on Fridays or something like that. We'll talk about that maybe. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for Detroit Become Human later on this month.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. And take us out, Red Man.
Oh shit.
Yeah.